Alright, I am back. Let's see what this day entails. The sound of an alarm pulls me out of a fitful slumber and into the unpleasant state of wakefulness. I linger under the blanket for a few minutes, gathering energy to rise up while making excuses as for why I already haven't. Honestly, I wouldn't mind staying here for all day. School is surprisingly exhausting after a long pause, and the culture shock still has not faded, I think. Still, despite getting an impression that skipping class is easy here, I don't think they're going to let me get away that easily. Also, don't we have to go to the gym, or to the track or whatever? And the nurse is bound to keep breathing down my neck with the talk of exercising as well. So eventually I do rise up, swallow the morning medications, and put on my old soccer clothing. We are going to do that. Thanks to my condition, I was exempted from taking part in gym classes at Yamaku, so I didn't get issue with the gym outfit. I'd ordered some to cover such a contingency, but wearing my old soccer clothes is kind of nostalgic. I can't use them for that anymore, so maybe they can get a new life this way, a bit like me. After all, if I'm going to start taking care of myself, I can't afford to slack around. I'll start from the basics. Basics which include keeping the rest of my body in shape, along with what little I can do to strengthen my heart. Maybe then I can go back to something approaching a normal life, or at least something where I'm less likely to fall over dead at any minute. I'm surprised to discover that I'm not the only one present at the track, and those noises sound a little bit familiar. Not just that, but it's a face I've seen before. The prosthetic-legged girl who bowled over me in the hallway yesterday is running on the track lively, like a half-mechanical gazelle, that I thought. What was her name again? It was a short one, but I can't remember. She seems to be running laps at a somewhat easy lope, her prosthetic legs clacking rhythmically on the hard track surface. I wonder what reason she has for running this early in the morning. Maybe it's something akin to mine, and the nurse is suppressing the poor girl to jog, just like he is suppressing me. I certainly wouldn't be here if it weren't for my health, and is prompting me to do so. And even with things being like they are, it's only because I wanted to get it out of the way early. The fact that I would be less likely to encounter someone who would witness my pitiful attempts to get in shape was merely a happy accident. I leave, but it seems that my former assailant noticed me on our last lap. She waves at me cheerfully and jogs over. "Good morning. Your name is Asao, right?" She grins, seemingly pleased that she'd remembered my name. "You may not remember me. Emmy, I knocked you over in the hall yesterday. How could I forget such a blunt introduction?" Emmy had the decency to look vaguely apologetic for a moment before giggling. "Yeah, sorry about that. Again." Well, so long as you don't make a habit of it, I suppose I'll be fine." "Great." I'm not sure she realized I was joking. "So the spy consultant the nurse was talking about, is that actually you?" "That's right." "Oh. I was expecting someone from the nursing staff, to be honest." "What, are you saying like I don't look like I could be a spy?" "No, this is more like a relief. I was afraid you would have someone to watch my every move. Unless you were here to do exactly that." "No, I'm here for my own reasons. The nurse just asked me if I had seen a messy-haired transfer student who looked like he's kind of lost around the track." "So why are you down here?" Emmy strikes a dramatic pose. "Training!" "For what?" "Track." "I see. You're on the track team then?" Emmy nods enthusiastically. "Yep, I'm one of the better runners too." "And modest about it too." "Hey, you should join up. It's good exercise, you know." "I think that much activity is probably out of the question for me. Nah, I'm not even sure that I really like running all that much. Plus, I'm just not into organized sports, you know?" "It's true. I never really even got that much into soccer. I mean, I'd run around with my friends and all, but that was really the only reason I ever played. It wasn't for the glory to be found on the field, that was for sure." Emmy seems to understand my meaning. I see. Not that into the whole organization thing. But now that you're here, I guess we're gonna run together, huh?" "What? Sure, I guess." Emmy seems pleased. "Are you going to warm up?" "Real men don't warm up." What the fuck you sound? "Oh no, you should always warm up. Batty Sal." She scolds me enthusiastically, but then smiles and leans closer. "I hate warming up too." She laughs suddenly. "Heck, I don't even have to stretch my legs." As if to confirm her statement, she bounces up and down a couple of times, giving a passing impression of standing on a pair of springs. Her leg blades seem to be quite elastic. Let's go! So we both take off around the track, and I can immediately see that she wasn't lying about being good at running. Emmy moves fluidly, throwing herself into the run with a sort of wild abandon. I find myself concentrating more on running properly. Hands spread, right? And something about hitting the balls of your feet rather than the heels. I try to match my stride to Emmy's, but it's pretty difficult. Apparently I'm not very good at it. Maybe Emmy could help me with that sometime. I'm really not filling up to more than a couple of laps today and slow to a walk pretty quickly. Emmy keeps running and doesn't seem to notice I've stopped until she passes me a second time. She quickly skids to a halt, breathing steadily in contrast to my own somewhat gasping demeanor. Finished already? I hang my head ruefully. Yeah. I'm not in very good shape right now. Emmy nods, then grins at me again. She seems to do a lot of smiling. Well, the important thing is that you started, right? Ah, so cute. Next time you just have to try to hold out longer, and then longer, and then longer, and eventually you'll be great. I'll keep that in mind. But I think right now I'm going to go get ready for class. Shouldn't you? Emmy shrugs unconcernedly. Nah, I've got plenty of time. I notice that she's not wearing a watch. You sure? Another careless shrug. Not really, but I've got to finish my routine. See you later, Hisao. Yeah. See ya. I'm not sure whether this morning's experiment was a success or a failure, but I admit that I do feel slightly good about getting out there this morning. And like Emmy said, I just need to keep at it in order to get better, right? Practice makes perfect, or something like that. It's nice, at least, to feel like I've taken some semblance of control over my own health. I'll have to try to keep this up. Oh, wow, she did quite a bit more. I head back to the dorms and to wash and change into my uniform, trying to resist the urge to take a really long and hot shower. Is it right-click to... What's the button? Show image. That's what I wanted. Yeah. She did a lot more. Anyways. I'm tired from all the running, so I just want to unwind, but I don't want to break my slowly building routine of getting to school before the morning rush. Ooh, it's steamy. After taking a long shower anyway, I dry myself off and get out of the stall to put on my clothes. Oh, hello. Out of nowhere, a shadow appears within the mist, looming and radiating malicious intent. It bursts through the fog. Oh, hi. Hello. That's a very interesting leaf you have there. What is this? Sup? What are you doing here? What the hell? You scared me. What's your problem? I should be asking you that. I've been looking for you all over the place, man. What do you mean all over the place? I want to ask you if he's been looking for me like that, stark naked, but hold my tongue back. I finally realize I'm still naked too, and quickly hold up my shirt in front of me, but Kenji doesn't seem to notice a thing. His glasses are fogged up, but then why doesn't he wipe them off? Is his vision so bad it's like he's perpetually seeing through fog? You know, your room and... yeah, that's it. I mean, I still have to get up though. Whatever, it's not important. Can I borrow some money? He puts on an innocent face and looks away, trying very hard to look casual. It doesn't work, as he's as transparent as his window pane-sized glasses. Talking neutrally like this, wearing nothing, feels awkward. Actually, somehow it's even more awkward to be naked in front of someone when they can't see me being naked. To say nothing of the fact that he's naked as well. I try to brush the feeling off, with little success. Money? Sure. Awesome. Wait, why do you need it? Can you just give it to me because of the goodwill not to run through your pockets while you were in the shower? I could have, but I exercised restraint. And in the end, isn't it the thought that counts? Come on, be a pal. This makes no sense. If it's the thought that counts, I should withhold payments, since the thoughts were so clearly impure and his intentions are probably even more sinister, since he can't tell me what they are. I say as much to him. I'm offended, man, but if that's your game, then fine. I guess I have no choice. I want to order a pizza, but I already have most of the cost of the pizza. I need your help with the rest. I get some of the pizza too, right? No. Are you serious? Yeah, I would give you some, but you have class and you don't have time to eat a pizza. What about you? I'm not going to class. I have to wait for the pizza and pay the guy, and then eat it. It's not easy. You have to obtain the pizza stealthily. If you don't, everyone will see you. And the pizza. and they will ask for a slice. It's a hard world out there. Everyone wants a piece, and you're left pizzaless in an unforgiving world. It's happened before, that's how I know. Every day I plan my vengeance, though when the people who wrong me order a pizza, I will be there, ever vigilant. Kenji smirks to a dramatic pose, completely without irony. But yeah, I only like 400 yen. Please, you're my only hope. I can't go outside and buy my own pizza, it's too far. I try not to go out unless it's absolutely necessary. Let me tell you what happened the last time I went out without carefully planning it out in advance. I was outside. I can't remember what I was doing. Something. Standing? Maybe wondering how I got there. And then, out of nowhere, it happened. Like a flash of lightning, splitting the sky, like how you split a sandwich into 2 equal pieces to make it more manageable to hold and eat. A bird crapped on my head. It was the second most shocking moment of my life. Well, with the first. He ignores me and keeps going. I want to grab him and shake him. Is he just trying to keep momentum? I'll go with that, even if it's more likely he just didn't hear me. With like an opening to some kind of anime show, you know how there's always a part where the main dude is fighting his rival, and then they fly at each other and clash swords there's like big dramatic colored auras and zoom? I would like that, but with Boo. Okay. So yeah, I need some money. Please, don't leave me hanging, man. I only need like 1,000 yen. I thought it was 400. Okay. What? I'll pay you back, I swear. You better, that's what it means to borrow stuff. I don't know when I'll be able to pay you back. You have 1 week. Kenji winces and makes a noise like a dying cow. A particularly disturbing fact given that his baton is conducting freely. You're not supposed to be so tight-assed about money between brothers in arms, man. Men have it bad enough as it is. Do you know that male porn stars only make about half of what female porn stars make? That doesn't mean anything unless you're a porn star. So maybe I am a porn star on the side, struggling to make ends meet as I fight the feminist agenda, and you can't even spot me your crumbs, you bastard. Nobody understands. Nobody! Wouldn't feminists be against pornography in the first place? Oh, Kenji, this feminist agenda stuff again? This stuff is important. I can see that you don't give a shit, but this is serious here. Feminists are a dangerous enemy, make no mistake. You take them lightly, and you'll wake up in the morning with a knife in your back. Bam! Out of nowhere! How do you wake up in the morning if someone stabbed you in your sleep? Women are terrible at stabbing things. Oh my god. I thought you just said you don't take them lightly. Well, I mean, I don't take them lightly for the big things. Individually, they're not a threat, but if there was some kind of war, like a big war with men on the other side, and the feminist forces on the other side, it would be pretty ugly. And that day will come when the feminists come out of their central top secret worldwide feminist headquarters and say, "It's on now, motherfuckers!" You're being ridiculous. There's no big worldwide feminist headquarters building. Where would they even hide that? I mean, it'd have to be massive. You couldn't hide that on Earth. Someone would notice a big fortress with women only in it. Who said it was on Earth? I turn away from Kenji and start practicing frowning faces in a mirror so that I can figure out what kind of frown will best express my emotions. And he can't see me from this distance anyway. Which unfortunately means that he just keeps ranting on without any regard to sense or sensibility. Yeah, there is a war going on, a war not many know about, but it's a great one that will one day boil over and encompass all of the known world. Then we'll have to pick sides, we'll have to make a stand. In fact, it's happening right now. Imagine it, the bloody battlefield, a vicious conflict without end. I almost gave up when I thought the cause was silly, when I grew tired of the bleakness of our fight, when I mistook the time the power went out for a feminist raid and thought the end was near. But then I realized that if I gave up, it would all be over, and I was like, whoa! And I knew I had to get serious, because I am the last sane man in an insane world. It's about duty! Must be a pretty crappy movement if it all hinges on one naked guy renting in a bathroom and another naked guy. So can I have the money? He's blocking the way out. It's getting cold because I'm still naked, and I want to go to class, so I agree to spot him the money. Awesome, thanks dude. We should go bowling later on. Bowling? Yeah, it's the ultimate sport. There are almost no women bowlers either, making it also the manliest sport. Should I wear a pink bowling shirt with matching shoes or the plastic? Okay. So manly. With matching shoes with a pastel green with flower accents. I think that will look fabulous. But I'm saying if you're going for the masculine stereotype, that's not what I would expect from it. There are bowling clothes? Maybe. Anyway, you'd better pay me back. I can pay you back in stuff, right? I don't have the time to elaborate on what that means. I don't know. I have to get to class. They're kind of in the way. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't want to hold you off. Then I have some stuff to do myself. The time has come. The time for what? I just like saying that. Okay, now the time has really come. For what? I have to use the bathroom. Get out of it. I was just going to, and what does that mean? It's a big bathroom. So I have to be alone or I can't go. The pressure. Okay, what if someone else comes in? I'll think of something. I give him my practiced frown, and it looks kind of silly reflected in his glasses. He either doesn't notice or doesn't see anyway, so I get dressed and run back to my room, feeling as though an eternity has passed since I woke up. Oh, Kenji. Whew. He is a handful. A funny handful, but a handful. That is time I will never get back. I'll get him for this somehow. But right now I have to get to class. I'm the first person in class today, although I think I'm a little too early. Then again, sitting alone here for 20 minutes sure beats having to suffer that time with Kenji. The combination of fatigue, frustration, and boredom starts to make me feel very tired. I black out for a second, waking up when my head hits the surface of my desk. Rubbing my forehead, I realize that this is as good a reason as any to stay up for now and stop coming to my class so early later. Eventually I hear a tapping noise outside in the hallway, and Lily's tall figure appears in the doorway. She's not in this class, so she must have some other business. Maybe she's looking for Hanako? Lily stops at the door, looking hesitant as if she was a vampire who can't come in unless invited. I consider doing so because she looks rather lonesome standing there. She steps in on her own accord, though, after straightening her skirt and shirt collar, as if it was of importance to look prim when entering her classroom. Excuse me. She calls into the quiet classroom with a probing, delicate voice. I realize the silence might unnerve her because of her blindness, so I break it. Good morning, Lily. Hisao? Good morning, I didn't hear you come in. I wonder if she thinks it's suspicious that I didn't say anything to her before. It's likely. If I were to tell too big a lie now, it would sink me. Well, I was already here just asleep until now. Oh, have you seen Hanako today by any chance? No, she seems to come in only just before the bells ring. Or after that. Do you want me to tell her something for you? No, it's fine. It's strange, but I think we're the only two people in the school right now. I didn't hear anyone else on the way here. I shouldn't have gotten up so early today, I guess. You're chastising yourself for doing something that other people should. Punctuality is a good thing. I think so anyway. It's a very busy morning today. The festival is coming up soon, and today's the deadline for event registration, budget reports, and any other official paperwork. It could be that everyone is trying to complete the necessary forms at the last minute. Maybe that is why it's so quiet today. Hi! Misha pops into the room with Shizune as if on cue, shouting with a loudness that makes Lily visibly flinch. Hi, Ichan! Hi. Look, it's the class representative. Hello! Lily smiles, probably amused by Misha's, or Shizune's, use of the word look. Good morning. Of course, you're not the representative of this class, right? I'm not. Lily seems a little more guarded in her answers to Shizune than she was with me the other day. I guess they really don't get along well. Then I realize that Lily might actually not know Shizune is present, and she's trying to detect whether or not she is, to know who she's talking to. For all she knows, she's just talking to Misha, but knowing that she and Shizune are practically inseparable, she might expect Shizune being the one that actually talks. Damn, how complicated. I decided to help Lily out for my own peace of mind more than anything else. You're here early, Shizune. Oh, she was trying... Oh, that was mean. Or maybe that wasn't it. Maybe she was just, like, responding to this, but I wonder if she was, like, trying to make Lily not know she was there or not. You were here even earlier than us. Misha puffs out her cheeks angrily. Why is she getting angry? Does she feel emotions on Shizune's behalf as well? It's not that weird, though, that Shizune didn't like my little comment. It's true I was here earlier than them, so me saying something like that could definitely be misinterpreted as anything. Especially to Shizune, who doesn't have the benefit of hearing tone to gauge intent. Before I can start weighing whether or not I should apologize, Shizune has already moved on. Class rep, it's a good thing you're here. We have to talk. The festival is coming up in 3 days, right? Every other class has already handed in their projected budget reports for their events. Even the first years, except you. There's still time to hand it in, isn't there? Today! The deadline is today! You're certainly taking your time, aren't you? If it had my way, I'd have all the necessary paperwork days ago, but someone had to say, the deadline, please extend it. Yes, that was me. Planning something on this scale is not a small task, and a week is too small a time frame to expect a whole class to work up such a complex issue completely. Do you want to know what's harder than distributing the funds for one class event? Handling the same matter for every class in the school, and then some. The one who does that is me. Misha puts her hands on her hips and stands up straight. Oh, she's really getting into the role. Lily doesn't look like she's very amused, though. Hey, Shizune, aren't you being a little too hard on her? There's still a whole day left. Please, Isao, it's all right. Lily seems happy I'm taking her side, but a bit conflicted that I might not think she can take care of herself. If this is about the budget, then I'm disappointed you think I've forgotten about it. I understand how important it is. Then, can I have it, please? Shizune, she might not have it on her at this exact second. It's not here right now. I asked 2 students to take care of it for me. Students from my class. She emphasizes the last sentence, much to my surprise. She knows about Suzune's and Misha's efforts to rope me into the student council. I guess word must have gotten around, so now she's using me as ammo against Shizune. This just gets better and better. It was your responsibility. A budget report isn't something you should just be delegating anyway. As class rep, it's your job to be on top of things. This kind of disregard for proper procedure is really just terrible. They completed it being capable of doing so, but the students have been sick recently, so they could not come to school and give it back to me. If you want, I will apologize on their behalf for getting sick. Okay. Although Misha misses Lily's little jab entirely, Shizune doesn't, and she seems torn between being offended by Lily's daring and jumping for joy at the prospect of a challenge. I wonder how hard it is for her to understand sarcasm. I mean, she gets it apparently, but like, it must be a lot harder than it is for a normal person because you can't hear the intent of a word or intent of a sentence. Lily, don't they live here at the school? That's a 5-minute walk, you know. What could they possibly have that prevents them from taking 5 minutes out of their busy lives to drop off something that will affect the enjoyment of their entire class? Lily opens her mouth to say something, but Shizune closes the gap between them and starts signing furiously, waving her hands around like an orchestra conductor. Misha tries her best to convey the same passion, but can't seem to lose her normal cheerful tone. The result is interesting and somewhat surreal. And what's with that attitude? I said that's not something you should be delegating anyway. Are you the class representative or aren't you? Tell me the names of those 2 students. They should have your job if you can't even handle something this simple yourself. One form isn't the full extent of what I'm supposed to take care of. Lily's tone is growing slightly impatient, but she's doing a good job of not letting Shizune see how unsettled she's becoming. She's playing her cards close to her chest. Shizune, on the other hand, wraps her fingers around cheerfully along the edge of her glasses, knowing Lily can neither hear nor see how excited she is. Of course you do so much, class rep. It must be so difficult being you. Yeah, saying why Misha did not deliver the same sarcasm that Shizune was wanting out of that. Lily tightens her lips at Misha's words, clearly understanding the intent behind them, even though Misha delivers them without even a hint of the sarcasm which they were meant to have. Shizune and Lily don't like each other, that much is clear, but this seems a little much. It seems like Lily has had enough and is ready to push back. Oh my. I was actually just discussing the budget report before you came by. You must be very talented to have finished all your student council duties so quickly that you can track me down to make sure I don't forget my own. Are you actually accusing me of slacking off? It seems like you're confusing me with yourself. I don't think so. That would be a very difficult thing for me to do, comparing myself to you. You're right, the difference between us is like heaven and hell. And it's hard to guess which one you might represent. Wow. Okay. The air between them ripples with the heat of their enmity. Well, not really. They just can't disguise it They can't disguise it anymore, though. Even Misha looks like she's beginning to understand the real nature of this conversation. Hee-chan, don't you slack off either. What are you talking about? Aren't you taking part in the festival, Hee-chan? You are, aren't you? Then, I hope you're I hope you're going to do a lot more to make sure it goes smoothly than this person. I don't understand why Shizune is suddenly getting mad at me. Ooh. So I could either take Lily's side here, which to be honest, I kind of do, because Shizune is kind of getting way too overreacting about this. I think I'm going to go with, hey, come on, cut me and Lily some slack. Hey, I'm the new guy, remember? It's not like I could have done much even if I wanted. That's right, you shouldn't expect a transfer student to jump right into it on his first week. Lily taking my side feels oddly comforting, so I decided to back her up too. Yeah, you're being unreasonable with us both. Ooh, yeah. Excuses, excuses. Miss Class Rep has had plenty of time to deal with her report. And we repeatedly have offered you a position to help with the student council work, but you refuse to commit yourself to making the festival a success. Yeah, but as I said back then, I'm not sure if... I don't have time for this right now. No matter what I do, it will mean being drawn into a confrontation with Shizune, and that is what she wants. Whatever. Forget it. I turn my back at them. Lily, class is going to be starting soon, so we can talk more later. I'll tell Hanako you were looking for her. I can feel Shizune freezing. Maybe this is the first time she's ever been ignored in such a blunt manner. Thank you, Isao. I'll leave now then. She gives me the sweetest smile I've seen all week and turns on her heels to make her exit. Ooh, we definitely took this a side in that debate, but it's alright. I think we took the correct side. As soon as Lily walks out the door, I suddenly start feeling reluctant about turning to face Shizune. I can feel her eyes burning into my back, and I can't bring myself to look at her. She must be furious. I keep expecting Misha to say something to alleviate the tension, but really is wanting too much. In the end, I go back to my seat and listen to the sound of Shizune's footsteps as she marches out of the room. She doesn't return until a few minutes before class.